now taking a break from the Silum Tao as far as the opening to the fist. We're going to work on the Qigong portion of it, which is the Tan Sao section with the Fang Sao. So again, you open your stance as normal. You're just going to focus on doing the Qigong set here. So the Tan Sao, come in the middle and push forward. You bring the fingers up to at least the height of the forehead. Then you do a rotation. A Yun Sao, followed by a Jut Sao and a Wu Sao. When you do the Wu Sao, you pull the fingers back. And even though you're going back, the energy is still going forward. So you want this blocking first, at least in line with the bridge of the nose. Then we drop down to a Fang Sao. Let it fall on the chest. The fingers go away at the 45-degree angle. The Fang Sao trains the elbow in the middle. We elongate the fingers outward. The thumb touches the first digit, and we push forward. And then we go back, we do a rotation. So you're going to do a total of 4 Wu Saos and 3 Fang Saos. Fang Sao 3. Wu Sao 4, last one. Close. And we'll repeat on the right side. So on the right side, I'm just going to turn so you get to see another angle of it. The Tan Sao. Again, the wrist breaks the center, pushes out. Rotation. Now the Wu Sao trains the elbow to go away from the body. Fang Sao trains the elbow to go into the center of the body. Wu Sao 2. Fang Sao 2. 3, Fang Sao 3, and Wu Sao 4. Okay, so these angles, a couple of big key points. When you do the Fang Sao, you don't want this tunnel pointing straight at you. So you want to focus on the fingers going down at a 45-degree angle and the elbow being in the middle, which would drive the opponent's force away from you. If I keep the hand turned this way, it allows the opponent's energy to come toward me, so I want to drop this down. You want to focus on bringing the elbow as close to the middle as possible. Okay, so you're going to do 1 Tan Sao on each side. We'll have 4 Wu Saos and 3 Fang Saos. This is the basic mechanic to doing this piece. Okay, now when we go on and want to train it, we're going to train it to do what they call the Qigong circulation, which I'll get into in a moment for you. Okay, in focusing with the Qigong, we're going to work on the front and back trunk meridian. The front trunk meridian is going to go up the center of the body directly and finishes here, the cleft of the chin. The back trunk also goes up the center of the body, but on the back of the body, up over the head, down around over the nose, and into the fragment of the point of the teeth. So this is the circulation we're going to focus on. The important thing here is keeping the tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth. So when you do the circulation breath, you're going to inhale and visualize your breath going up over your head, down your back, under your genitals to the dantian, which is below the navel. That's going to be your inhalation point. When you exhale, you're going to come back up the front of the body and out the mouth. And you're going to time this nice and slow, because as we're going through the sets, we're going to repeat this breath for 30 seconds for each motion. So you want to time the breath and the motion for 30 seconds. Now, it doesn't have to be one breath in and one breath out to complete the motion, but this is what we're going to focus on, these 2 meridians. Now, going along with that is, as we're doing the motion, you also want to focus on the energy going forward out in front of the body. So this is the circulation of developing the Qigong in the Silum Tao form. Okay, so tip of the tongue will be on the roof of the mouth. You visualize, you inhale the breath going up over the head, down the back under the genitals to the dantian. From here, you're going to exhale back up the front trunk of the body and out the mouth. Okay, so now let's run through it with an approximation of time. So once again, you open your stance, focusing here as best you can. Knees in, pelvis up, toes gripping the ground. Doing the circulation breathing. So starting from the Tan Sao. 30 seconds. South, south. Out. Continuing on. So each one just focusing on the Qigong. The purpose of this now is to start to train the mind to focus. The Chinese have an old saying that said, training the mind is like taming a wild horse, except taming a wild horse is simpler. Very few people focus on training the mind and the body simultaneously. Most people focus more on the body and less on the mind. So you want to focus on the internal. Once again, working on developing our stance. When you contract the toes, you work on the abdominal muscles. Knees in, pelvis up, keeps the weight on the balls of the feet, so we train the horse stance. We're also training the meditation portion of the set, the Qigong, and we hyperoxygenate our system when we're doing the Qigong. So the more you oxygenate the blood, the more it helps stimulate circulation. Blood brings protein and nutrients around the body and helps to remove waste products. So again, we're starting to work a little bit more on the internal energy in this portion. We're going to start introducing some more footwork. We're going to work what's called the U drill. Okay, it's going to start in a side neutral, left or right. Right now I'm starting in a left side neutral, which means my left foot straight, my right foot's at a 45-degree angle. Okay, the center line, if you want, if I draw a line down the center of the floor, so right now my neutral stance puts me in the middle of an opponent. So what I want to do is do a T-step, so I'd like to step off the line of my opponent's force so he can go by. When I step off the line, my lead leg is now pointing if I need to kick or I'm attacking him. So once again, it's a T-step to step off the line of force, step into a front stance. Now, to change and finish the the U drill is I did now half the U, one side of it. So if I do an exchange in front, I go to a side neutral on the other side, I'm back in the middle line of the U. I do a T-step into a front stance. So now I'm drawing a U. There's the center portion, T-step, front stance. Exchange, side neutral. The other side to the U, T-step, front stance. Exchange, side neutral. So taking a different angle here, when I do the T-step, if you look at the distance between my feet, it's 1 to 1.5 miles in feet. That gives me stability. It also gives me the capability to kick. If I'm too close, I lose my stability. If I'm too far, I can't lift up my leg to go in and kick. The T-step, in and of itself, is a transitional move only. In Wing Chun, traditional Wing Chun, we do not fight with open hand techniques anywhere in a T-stance. It is a transition move only. The transition being is I step off line and I'm going to explode to hit my attacker, or I'm going to step off line, kick my attacker, and then work my way in. So once again, working the other angle, T-step, front stance. Now if I like to exchange behind, it's the same thing as 1 to 1.5 miles in feet, side neutral. T-step, front stance, exchange, side neutral. T-step, front stance, exchange, side neutral. T-step, front stance, exchange, side neutral. So holding your guard position, my guard's in the middle, I have a T-step, front stance. I can exchange behind if I like, side neutral. T-step, front stance, and when I can exchange in front this time, side neutral. The exchange doesn't matter in front or behind. If I keep the exchange in front, I'll keep moving forward. If I keep exchanging backwards, it's going to give me a little bit more distance. Side neutral. Exchange, front stance. Exchange, side neutral. Later, when we apply this with drills, we can teach Pak Sao, or we can teach Kwan Sao, and apply all our techniques to this footwork. So you'll be able to use all your techniques with this footwork. It is crucial that you learn how to move offline when somebody's going to attack you. This drill should be done no less than 10 minutes a day. When I first learned this, Grandmaster Chung told me I should practice until I have a pool of sweat around me. So one of the things you want to start to contemplate now is every time you learn one technique, you have at least 4. So let's just say we start in the side neutral with the lead arm. I'm going to use the tansao off the lead arm. So I'm going to do a release step. Again, just like the Silam Tao form teaches, the tansao is in the middle, push forward, and punch. Tansao and punch. Tansao and punch. Tansao and punch, and then simultaneously, it's tansao punch. So now, I can also do the technique off my backhand, off the Wu Sao from the side neutral, which would be the second technique. I do a release step. Tansao's in the middle, and the punch. Tansao and punch. So the tansao's in the middle from the Wu Sao, I release, and the tansao comes forward. Tan's in the middle, the punch is in line with the shoulder. It's a central line punch, center line block. The third technique you want to practice, so we did have the side neutral, we did it from the closed side and the open side. Now we're going to take it from a front stance. So once again, now if I want to face my right, I pick up my left foot, I do a release step, a tansao and a punch. Tansao and a punch. A tansao and a punch. Okay, and then off the open side, again, if I want to face my left now, I'm going to pick up my right foot. So I do a release step, a tansao and a punch. A tansao and a punch. Okay, so taking the angle, the close to the open hand, a release step, a tansao and a punch. So the 4 techniques are off the lead hand 1, backhand 2, and then doing the same thing off a front stance. Lead hand 1, backhand and 2. You should try and do this 4 sets of 20, so doing each side 20 repetitions per block. So 20 from here, 20 from here, 20 from here, and then 20 off the backhand. Adding this into your repertoire. At this point, you want to do at least 3 of the blocks we've done, or the blocking hitting combinations, 5 sets of 20.